Have you seen the Qwetu and Qejani brands of purpose-built student accommodation facilities as you move around Nairobi? When you invest in the Acorn I-REIT, you own units in these two assets. Let's start by first defining what is a REIT. A real estate investment trust, or REIT, are regulated investment vehicles where investors like you and I pool our funds together to invest in real estate assets. It's the same concept. You know, if you're familiar with the concept of investing in a money market fund, you know, in a money market funds, we pool our funds together, give it to a professional fund manager who invests in money market instruments. Now, for a REIT operates in the same way as a money market fund, but in this case, a REIT invests in real estate assets. And when you invest in a REIT, in exchange for the money that you invest, you are allocated units. And by units, I mean shares. So when I say units, I don't mean like a physical house, I mean shares. And so when you invest in a REIT, you earn in two ways. You earn through dividends that are distributed twice a year, and you also earn through capital gains. So it's that simple. That is simply what a REIT, a real estate investment trust, is in Kenya. And so this shows you that yes, you can invest in real estate without having to directly buy a house, without buying a plot of land, and without saving for so many years in order for you to put up rentals. Before we dive in further, let us look at the typical structure of a REIT in Kenya. So think of a REIT as an investment company that uses the money you invest with them to buy real estate assets. These assets may appreciate in value, and this is called capital gains, or generate a regular income from which you get a return in the form of dividends. Now that you understand what a REIT is, now let's be specific about what is the Acorn I-REIT. The Acorn Student Accommodation Income REIT is the investment vehicle that is responsible for the income generating Qwetu and Qejani purpose-built student accommodation facilities that I asked you if you have seen any as you move around Nairobi. As of the time I'm recording this video, which is January 2024, there are 8 Qwetus and 1 Qejani. So I'd like you to tell me in the comment section if you've seen any of them. And now let me show you the 8 Qwetus and the 1 Qejani that is currently under the Acorn I-REIT. So this is the list of assets under the Acorn I-REIT. So there is Qwetu Jogoo Road, there is Qwetu Wilson View, there is Qwetu Ruaraka, Qwetu Hurlingham, Qwetu Aberdare Heights 1, Qwetu Aberdare Heights 2, Qwetu Karen, Qwetu Parklands, and Qejani Karen. One of the most interesting things about the Acorn I-REIT is that it is Africa's first student housing REIT. So yes, I will repeat, just like I said in a previous video, that Africa's first student housing REIT is in Kenya, and it is in Nairobi, and you should definitely take advantage of it by investing. How do you actually buy units? How do you buy and sell units of the Acorn I-REIT? To invest in the Acorn Student Accommodation Income REIT, which is currently listed on the unquoted securities platform of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, you need to open an account on an online platform called Vuka. Vuka is a Swahili word which means to cross over, kuvuka, right? It's an online platform that enables retail investors. And who are retail investors? Retail investors are small investors like you and I. So this platform allows us retail investors to buy units of the Acorn Student Accommodation I-REIT. Okay, it's a very important platform, because one of the biggest mistakes we are making as African investors, or even let's be very specific as Kenyan investors, is that we are over investing in unproductive land, right? So there's a lot of money. Almost everyone that I meet, almost everyone that is at, by the time they're hitting 30, they have so many plots of land, and the problem is that most of these plots of land that you're holding, they're idle and they're productive, and most of you are holding these pieces of land as a speculation, right? You're speculating that one day a mall is going to be built here. You're speculating that one day a road is going to pass by here. The problem with that is that for most of us, we are not worth enough financially, right? We currently do not have a high enough net worth. And what is a net worth? Your net worth is when you make a list of your assets, right? Your financial assets minus your liabilities, and so you subtract the two. Most of us are not worth enough financially. Our net worth is not high enough for us to be having 3 million, 2 million, a million shillings lying in idle land or lying in unproductive land. So this VUCA platform offers us a solution so that we invest in real estate in a productive manner. We invest in real estate in a way that generates us an income. We invest in real estate in a way that gives us cash flow as opposed to holding idle land. Okay? Now, when I last spoke a few months ago, right, in 2023, when I last spoke with the CEO of Acorn, our biggest complaint as the Wealth Tribe, yeah, you sent me your complaints about the VUCA platform or the Acorn I-REIT in general. Our biggest complaint was the fees, the 3% transaction fees that were being charged while buying units on the VUCA platform, and also the 3% transaction fees that again we were being charged while selling our Acorn I-REIT units. The good thing is that, and you know, one of the reason why we were complaining about those fees is because they were eating into our investment returns, especially those of us who are small investors or rather retail investors. So these 3% fees when you're buying, when you're selling, it was too much. I have some good news. The good news is that the Acorn I-REIT team or the VUCA team listened to our feedback. They listened to our feedback and they scraped off most of those fees as a way to enhance our investment experience, right? And so if you stick around until the end of this video, I'm going to teach you a few things. Number one, I'm going to show you their new pricing model, their new affordable pricing model, where I'll show you, which fees were removed. I'll also show you how to log into your portal, and I'll show you how to buy units because it's end month, and again, it's the beginning of a new year. So I'm sure you have new financial goals where you want to build your wealth. So I'll show you how to buy units of the Acorn I-REIT. And lastly, I'm going to show you the strategy that I'm using to make sure that I invest at least 60,000 in the Acorn I-REIT through the VUCA platform. And yes, you are allowed to steal my strategy. My name is Agatha from the Wealth Tribe, and this is where we learn how to build wealth. You know it, together. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Wednesdays. And if you're new here, welcome to the Wealth Tribe. You are in the right place. I don't know if it's too late for me to tell you this, but Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2024. Let's go back to talking about the Acorn I-REIT. To make investing in real estate investment trusts more affordable and more accessible, VUCA eliminated their annual membership fees. They also eliminated their transaction fees when buying units, and also slashed their joining fees, which means that from now moving forward, in fact from 1st of January 2024 moving forward, you are able to start investing in the Acorn I-REIT from as low as 299 shillings as opposed to the previous 998 shillings. What does this mean for you as an investor? It means that number one, no annual membership fees moving forward. Woohoo! I'm very happy about this news, by the way, because even one of the reasons why I hadn't put enough money into this investment is because these transaction fees were also hurting me, and I know they were also hurting you too. So this means that no more annual membership fees. So this also means that you can enjoy being part of the VUCA investment club the whole year or forever without having to pay annual membership fees. As I said, the new pricing structure started from 1st January 2024. It was effective from 1st January 2024. So you can also tell me in the comment section, have you logged in this new year, have you logged in into the VUCA investment platform or the VUCA portal, and have you actually noted that they reduced their fees, right? It would be nice if you as the Wealth Tribers would confirm in the comment section that it is true. It is indeed true. They reduced they slashed and reduced most of these fees. Now, let me take you through the new pricing structure, okay? So, you remember, right? If you've been part of the Wealth Tribe long enough, you do know or you do remember that there are few membership categories. There are several membership categories when you join VUCA. So we have the silver individual member, we have the gold individual membership category, we have the platinum individual member category, then we have the platinum plus, we have the diamond, and we have the Chama investment club. So yes, again, those of you who have Chamas, it is possible for you, instead of having that money lying idle in a bank account, you can create a Chama account in the VUCA platform and start investing. So let's look at the fees, because that's what today's conversation is about. So as a silver member, right, for you to belong to the silver category, you need to invest below 100,000 shillings per annum, right? So below 100,000 shillings, between 0 and 100,000 shillings per annum. So the old joining fee was 499, but now the new rate, the new joining fee is 299. And then when you talk about the annual membership fees, the old rate was 499, and now we do no longer have the annual membership fees. When it comes to the transaction fees, which was our main issue, when it comes to the transaction fees, our main issue, previously, for you to buy, right, for you to buy units on the Acorn, for you to buy units of the Acorn I-REIT on the Vuka platform, you had to pay a 3% transaction cost when you're buying, and now it's no longer, it's now 0. And when you're selling, you also had to pay a 3% transaction fees, and now it's gone down to just 1%. Then we go to the gold. The gold individual member. So when it comes to all the categories, right, when it comes to all the categories, the transaction fees are the same. So transaction fees for everyone, for all the categories, used to be 3%. When buying, it is now 0. And transaction fees for selling used to be 3%, it is now 0. It is now 1%, sorry. So when selling, it used to be 3%, but now it's 1%. And so now let's just go back to the gold individual member, where you're supposed to invest between 100,000 to 200,000 per annum. So for this category, the old joining fee was 1,499, and now it's 1,000 less, which is 499 shillings. Your annual membership fees, you are required to pay 799, and now it's 0. And actually, again, annual membership fees have been slashed for all the categories. All the categories, annual membership fee is 0. So I don't even have to go through the whole list, because everyone who joins Vuka, there are no annual membership fees. Transaction fees when buying are 0, and transaction fees when selling is 1%. And so for the platinum member, where you're supposed to invest between 200,000 and 500,000 per year, you're supposed to pay 2,599 to join, but now you only pay 999. For the platinum plus, you're supposed to invest between 500,000 and 1 million shillings. Your old joining fee was 3,499. It is now 1,499. Diamond, you are supposed to pay 4,499 to join. It is now 1,999. And a charmer, for a charmer, you were meant to pay 2,999, but now all you have to pay is 499. I get asked a lot, especially on my Instagram, what happens after paying the 299 shillings to join Vuka. And if you'd like to join Vuka, I will leave a joining link in the description box. So what happens after you pay the 299 joining fees? A relationship manager will create an account for you. A relationship manager will create an account for you and will send you an email with your login details. So after you pay, sit still, someone will send you your login details, and then after you receive them, you're able to log in into your portal. And again, that is one of the things that I'm going to show you how to do by the end of this video. So let's go to my screen and see. To log in to the Vuka platform, you go to portal.vuka.co.ke, and then you enter your email address and you enter your password and hit login. Yes, so this is how the Vuka portal looks like. I have already done a video. I already did a video that explained everything, how this Vuka investment platform works. So that video covers everything, including the difference between the dynamic wallet balance and the static wallet balance, everything, including what holdings is, your wallet, your profile, everything. So, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description box. Today's video is for me to prove to you that yes, the Vuka platform, they have slashed. One, there are no longer any membership fees. Yeah, we don't have to pay any more membership fees. And also to show you that yes, when you're buying units on this platform, you no longer pay the 3% service charge, yes, when you're buying units. And so, for example, today I had budgeted to buy units worth 5,000 shillings. So, and I know that's about 231 units. So I entered 231 units. And by the way, if you're wondering how I knew that, it's just that I know that one unit of this REIT is one unit cost 21.65. So I just divided 5,000 divided 21.65 divide by 21.65 in order for me to have a rough estimate of how many units I'm going to buy. So that's 231 units. So I enter, key in 231 units. Also, another way, if you're new here, you can also click these buttons, right? So if you want to buy, so what happened here is that it added the 231 units that I had put in, and then it added 100. So you can click these buttons in order for it to show you, for the platform to show you how many units you'd like to buy, and also to calculate for you how much money you're going to buy. So as you can see here, for example, it says buy 681 units for 14,743.65. But for me, for today, I just want to buy 231 units worth around 5,000 Kenyan shillings. So for me to do that, I'm allowed to pay for these units using three ways, either through a bank transfer, through the M-Pesa app, or just by entering my number, and then the team will send me a prompt to enter my M-Pesa PIN in order for me to make this payment. So I'm going to do exactly that. And so as you can see, it's 0% service charge, as you can see here. So previously it used to be 3% service charge, but now it's 0. Just like I said, it's 0, no more service charge when trying to buy units. So because I have 17 shillings 0.57 in my dynamic wallet balance, that means they're going to deduct the 17 shillings that I have, and so all I have to do is pay the 4,983.58. so let's hit pay. So I'm waiting for a prompt to be sent to my M-Pesa number. They are now processing my payment, and we are back. As you can see, my dynamic wallet balance actually reflects that I paid the 5,000 shillings. So now that my 5,000 shillings has reflected in my Vuka portal, I'm going to go ahead and buy the units, right? So I topped up the money in my dynamic wallet balance. And again, I'll repeat, if you're wondering what is the difference between the dynamic wallet balance and the static wallet balance, total wallet balance, and all those, please click the link in my description and you will watch a video guide that shows you how the Vuka portal, the Vuka investment platform works. So I'll go ahead and buy my 231 units. Again, 0% service charge. So confirm buying of units. Congrats. So we've received your order. Our team will process your order and confirm the buy units. So when you click, so at least this shows immediately. So today is 30th of Jan. I have placed an order for 231 units. Each unit costs 21.65, and the value of my purchase is 5,001.15 Kenyan shillings. So this is pending, and in my previous video again I explained why this is pending. So usually when you place an order on the Vuka platform, the order is usually processed at the end of every month. So it doesn't matter which day you place your order. Even if you place it on the 1st of the month, the 15th of the month, your order is going to be processed at the end of the month. So today is 30th. So in order for this to change from pending to fulfilled, I will say it is going to change to fulfill. The order is going to be fulfilled by 1st of February. So when I log in on the 1st of February, it's going to read fulfilled. So yeah, that is how to buy units on the Acorn I-REIT. And then we can go back and click the sell units bit, and let's pretend that I want to sell 50 units. And so we click, so you are confirming to place the order for 50 units. So the value of 50 units is 1,082.5, but then I just wanted you guys to see the 1% service charge, right? So previously this used to be high. This used to be 3% service charge, but now they've reduced it to 1%. So as you can see, that's evidence. So I'm not going to click confirm to sell units, because for me, I do not want to sell my my units, because for me, my investment in the Acorn I-REIT is part of my retirement plan. Yes, it's part of my retirement plan. So I buy small units consistently, because yes, I'm young and it's part of my retirement plan. I do not plan on selling my units anytime soon. Yes, because I invest the money that I do not need in the short term. All right, I'm back. to share the strategy that I'm going to use to make sure that by the end of this year, 2024, I have invested at least 60,000 in the Vuka, on the Vuka platform. Why 60,000? First of all, when I interviewed the CEO of Acorn Investment Management Limited, and please go back and watch that video. I will link it in the description box. It's a very, very important video. One of the most important things is that Mr. Kerathe, who is the CEO of Acorn Investment Management Limited, teaches us, right? So he's been in the real estate game for over 26 years, right? And so he teaches us why it's dangerous for us as Kenyans to be heavily invested in plots of land, to be heavily invested in assets that cannot easily be converted into cash, right? And I've seen it. I coach people on a daily basis, and I've seen situations where somebody owns 10 pieces of land or 10 plots of land, and they get into a financial emergency worth 50,000 shillings, and this person cannot get themselves out of this financial emergency because all the financial assets they own is either a plot of land or either an apartment, right? And so go back and watch that video. So why do I want to invest 60,000 shillings by the end of the year? Is because from that video, Mr. Kerathe also shared that the way they've designed the Vuka platform or the Acorn I-REIT, you will make good returns, right, if you invest at least 50,000 per year. And so I decided, because there are 12 months in the year, right, there are 12 months in a year, I want to be investing 5,000 shillings per year for the next 12 months. And so at the end of the year, I'll have invested 60,000 shillings. So that's exactly why. And so I am committing to investing 5,000 shillings for every month. So I've done it for January. I'm going to do it for February. I'm committing to do a short video at the end of every month as evidence that I am investing the 5,000 shillings. For two reasons: for you as the Wealth Tribe to keep me accountable, because I really want to be serious about growing my retirement plan or my retirement funds, and also to go on this journey with you. Think of it as a challenge, right? Think of it as a challenge where you're asking yourself, how much have I put towards my retirement at the end of every month? And I'm saying, and I'm mentioning the word retirement because, again, the CEO also said, the Acorn I-REIT through the Vuka platform is a mid-term to long-term investment. He said that if that 50,000 is the amount of money that you have between you and an emergency, or you and paying rent, or you and paying school fees for your child in the next 1 month, do not put that money on the Vuka platform. He said it's a mid-term to long-term investment. So put in money on that platform that you do not need for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, which is exactly what I'm doing. It's a mid-term to long-term investment. And one of the most common questions I get from the Wealth Tribe again is that, how can I make sure that I make the best of the Vuka investment platform? It's simple. Just like any other investment that I teach on this platform, be it money market funds, be it bonds, be it other forms of real estate, the best way to grow any investment fund is through consistency. Consistency at the end of the day is what counts. And as you can see, because the Vuka platform has slashed most of the fees that we've been complaining about, it means that they are committed to providing us with a rewarding and cost-effective investment journey. So if you're new here and you haven't invested through Vuka, click the link in the description box. But if you're an old member of the Wealth Tribe, you're one of the OGs and you're already investing in the Vuka platform, now is the time to invest more. But keep in mind, it's a mid-term to long-term investment. But now is the time to put in more money because there are no more fees when buying. I really like the fact that there are no fees when buying, because for me, this is one of my retirement plans, right? This is one of my retirement funds. So I have no need for me to sell my units at least for the next 5 or even for the next 10 years. So for me, it really, really works for you. So I would also like to know, does this new cost structure work for you? What do you think about it? Do you have any more feedback to the Vuka investment team? Do you have any more questions about the Vuka investment platform? Leave them in the comment section. You know, I always respond to all the comments on my YouTube channel. Thank you. Like this video, share with a friend, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.